Whew, namaste. It has been quite the Mercury in retrograde, let me tell you. But I see we got our participants here waiting very patiently. Thank you so much. I don't know if we're going to be able to do our Facebook Live. We may just skip that. Oh, okay, I'm putting chat 1 second. So this is quite a funny story. COM, thank you. And I think today, being it is Mercury in retrograde, I'm just going to be in alignment and not go on Facebook Live. I'm just gonna, because it's 5 minutes to 7 and we have some people here in the center, which really was not supposed to be here, including myself. But here I am. So clearly, Spirit wanted to me in the center to do this anchoring light transmission meditation. So I'm just really happy to see everybody here. Hello, hello, everyone. So let me tell you the kind of funny story. You know, Mercury's in retrograde. I don't even remember when it's leaving, but I hope it leaves really soon. But even in the fact that we had Mercury in retrograde, you know what? We had put the seed was planted some time ago to develop and to manifest, which came about this Sunday. That was yesterday, right? Okay, yes, Sunday. The most amazing farmers market. Now, as mentioned, this divine inspiration and how this is unfolded is always from the higher realms of light, from the ascended masters. You know, it's part of the higher vision for ourselves as community and for our planet. And as I had said in on one of the Facebook things I said, we the people have to create, okay, the local support economy for ourselves, our local community, empowerment of the local community to not only just help ourselves and empower ourselves, but the planet. It's going to be the people doing it. It's not the corporations and it's not the government. It is people coming together to create community of a vision and mission, and people coming together for a better world, for healthier eating, for feeding body, mind, and soul. You know, these are all in alignment with the new earth. And so the brings in the divinely appointed people at the right time to create this. I mean, like, really, how do you create a farmer's market? Like, hey, do a farmer's market. Okay, like, where do you start? How do you go? What do you do? But you know, when you really hand it over to a higher power, all the people, the situations, the circumstances, they all begin to come together. You know, there's divine synchronicities and just all kind of things that bring things together for this ultimate manifestation. And I tell you, as you stay on your spiritual path, okay, absolutely, miracles absolutely take place. You know, I don't worry about that. I know everything is going to be fine in its own way. It unfolds and beyond what we're even able to see. It is even beyond. We can't take in all that the seeds have planted. That's for all of us. When we have something and it's divinely inspired, I was like, wow, I was going to take some effort to do. And I don't even know how it's going to happen, but okay. All right. What do you say to them? No. So I'm like, okay. And then when you say okay and you do it, and somebody said, you always say okay to spirit. I said, who could say no to spirit? Who's going to say no? But this is what's wonderful. You're so blessed beyond measure. I know how blessed I am beyond measure. You know, that I have the ability and the stamina and the strength, you know, to do what needs to be done, hanging out with amazing millennials. Are you kidding? We're just having a wonderful time co-creating together. So I just want to say how excited and how amazing Sunday was, because I know all of you have heard about the farmers market that we were planning to do that. It was beyond. Everybody's still talking about how wonderful, how fantastic. One lady said, she says, I don't really know my neighbors that well, but I got to meet some neighbors. She's in the community, doesn't know neighbors, and it drew out a lot of people in the community and also outside the community to come. So we're going to be posting this on our Farmers Market Facebook page and our Farmers Market website. So you could take a look at all the pictures. I posted a couple of myself on my Facebook page, and I'll probably do a couple on the Cosmic Center Facebook page. But it was perfect in every way. Yes, was there issues and things that had, Mercury in retrograde, electric not working correctly, got to switch and do different things. That happened, but it happened with ease and grace. We got to the ultimate finish line, and it was phenomenal. And for those little things that, you had to breathe through it, you just breathe through it and you continue on. So anyway, that's why I wanted to say. So today, obviously from yesterday, I haven't walked like that in a very, very long time. There at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, hey, I'm great. I got up this morning to walk and my feet collapsed. I had the muscles. So I was like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I got past that. And then I realized that yesterday I was to bring my computer home because I was not going to be doing the anchoring light at the center because I have to work. And those of you who know me, I work 6 weeks out of the year, a job, but those 6 weeks I work that job is pretty intense, and I got to be online for that. So I said, being that we are now an hour earlier than we were in the past, it would be easier for me just to do it from home and not have to come all the way here. Well, I guess Spirit had different plans because I came here to pick up the bag that I left yesterday and left it again. So I'm here. And guess what? So are 3 other people that I didn't get to say we're not having an anchoring light at the center. So before we get started, I want to tell everyone who is local, that we are not, just for 6 weeks, going to have the anchoring light here at the center. It's going to be exclusively online, just for 6 weeks. And maybe next year we'll change the time again later. I heard a lot of people say I prefer to have it later. We'll make a decision what works best for everybody. But for now, here we are. So note to self and let anybody know who does come, and I will make sure I got in contact with some people, but not everybody. Make sure they know that we will not be having an anchoring light in the center just for 6 weeks, for about 6 Mondays. Okay. Namaste. All righty. So we're going to get started over here. And